Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. I'm sharing some of my intellectual property with you. The growth of change versus the growth of allowing. What does that mean for you? You are able to be present with your family, like legit present, without any of the negative, hypercritical chatter taking up precious space in your mind. And you get so much time back to put into the things that you actually want to do. Can you imagine that? For some of you, I know that you've forgotten that, but like things that you want to do, like finish that Brené Brown book that you got 16 months ago. And your rest time actually feels restful, not guilt, just relaxation. All the time, not just when you're on a weekend trip with your girlfriends. And the best part, you are able to be freakishly productive, which is your favorite thing, because no more flushing all of your time and energy down the toilet with second guessing yourself. Before I came out of the life coaching closet, as I like to call it, I had a prolific career in public relations where I worked with Fortune 50 companies, entertainment studios, and superstars like Gloria Steinem and LeBron James. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, look how awesome I am. I'm saying this because perfection wasn't a nice to have. It was absolutely required. There were billions of dollars on the line and there was no room for errors. I was the fixer and hyper vigilant, and all of this perfectionistic thinking and brain patterning that we're going to be talking about today, it was deeply, deeply ingrained in me. And so going through this process with just myself, what we'll be talking about today, I feel as though I used to be like covered in tattoos. Just imagine someone that's literally like Lil Wayne, right? Like tattoos everywhere. And through decoding perfectionism, it is as though I have been getting them removed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my skin. This is what I look like. When we talk about neuroplasticity, we're not going for lobotomies here. We're not going for removing our brain and being human and all of that. The difference is when the fear is why you are making the decisions that you're making. And that is where the operation gets problematic, because our human condition, we have doubts and fears. And the difference is, do you want to feed and pick your scabs of the doubts and fears? Or do you want to proactively choose to feed and nourish the parts of you that you want to grow and expand? One thing that I noticed with coaching super high performers is something outside of us or you that is causing you to feel a certain way about yourself. There is this push where you need like bigger results or this person's approval in order to prove your worth. Now, this is dangerous. It's dangerous because the entire unconscious motivational structure that has been adopted by your brain and implemented is that you're always going to be looking then for who is better than you. And then when you tell yourself what you've done, who you are isn't good enough because you're not where they are. And then you are whipping yourself to move forward and create a bigger result And results don't have to be like actually making X amount of money. It's just like what it is in your mind that you're like, okay, once I'm there, then I'll be able to feel good enough about myself. Then everything will be okay. And it's a phantom because the promise that your brain is telling you is that once you get there, you're going to feel better. Once everything's cool in this relationship, then you're going to feel better. But then you get there and then it's like whoosh, like the rug is pulled from underneath you. And the goalposts that were there, it's like they disappeared. And you're like, wait, how am I thought I was like going to make a touchdown right now. And everything moves again. This is because, and when I found this out, I was like, oh my goodness, there's nothing wrong with me. Like, I get it. This is because the motivational pattern in your brain is to move the goalposts. It's a pattern in your brain where it has been fundamentally programmed that in order to move forward, in order for you to get things done, you need to feel bad and less than. If you are 35 or above, they say that it is at least 95% of the way that we go through life is unconscious. It's like these programs that I'm talking about in your mind, which you can totally change. And that's why you're on here. So that's amazing. But it has this program of like, okay, so when I'm saying all of this, it's not a conscious thing that no sane human is like, you know what? I just want to feel really bad and less than about myself. And that's why I'm going to get this done. No, we're not. But for whatever reason, your brain thinks that that's the motivation that it needs in order for you to be in momentum and to produce things. And the way that I look at this is my niece does horseback riding. And it's like a horse that has lost the spirit in its eyes. And so when the equestrian is on top of it, it does the jumps because it's a powerful animal, but it is doing that from fear. And when, they're off the thing that goes around, right? When they're off the course, you're tired and you're burnt out. And the horse's only motivation is to just be done with it, to get that person off of its back. There is no fun or playfulness for the jumps anymore because the equestrian has sucked all of the joy out of that horse's journey. And the equestrian here is your mind. And you want to retrain that in order for you to be able to powerfully perform, to do those jumps and to stay in the game. Now, the other way that this can show up for you using the horse analogy, this writer shows up and is like, you're pathetic and weak, and you should probably just go turn into glue right now. And actually here, like, let me take you there. And this right here, all of this that we're talking about and we're going to get into is an area of focus inside my one-on-one coaching, really like retraining your brain. And we do this through neuroplasticity and stress cycle management, as well as a lot of like epigenetic, which is the way that you can change your genes due to your environment, and energy work. What is amazing about this is that when you are able to get to the root, you can go after gigantic goals from desire, from fun, from play, where you can rest where you want to rest and you get more things done in less time. I've always wondered when people said that, I'm like, what the fuck is everyone talking about? They're like, we're done in less time. Like, it sounds like OxyClean. The actions that you are taking are more potent, and the fuel that your brain and everything is running on, you have better fuel. So you're able to go faster in what it is that you're doing, and you don't have to be doing as much. And you're also able to really support yourself and to evaluate what didn't work without that layer of shame and judgment. And it is a very high level of emotional and mental maturity. You become a stallion who is leaping forward and is winning the horse show just from the joy of the journey. And you have all of this pulsating aliveness coursing through your veins and your mind, your brain. It becomes a teammate for you. So with the examples that I gave you when we did this quiz, it's really this like, if this, then this. It's not about being perfect, which I think we know. It's about feeling perfect. And when we are continuously trying to chase that perfect feeling, it keeps moving, especially when we are outsourcing that to either people or things or places, but basically anything outside of yourself. When you're thinking like, if I look, and maybe your definition isn't perfect, but it's like the right way. There's this thought of, if I look perfect, if I do this right, if I hire like the best person to help me with this, if I do this amazing 6-course dinner, then I will minimize the criticism and the ridicule. But the thing is that when you're doing that, you're playing it safe. And like playing it safe is very different than playing to win. And I'm all about, let's play to win, but like win because like winning feels so good, not because I need all my first place trophies and I need to be the best at everything. And so how I was able to crack the code of perfectionism is that I learned how to get approval from myself first. And my brain, even now, when I say that, is like, yeah, but why does approval from you matter? Like your opinion doesn't really matter. And that's just my brain talking. That's not what I actually think. And so now it's not that I don't care what other people think about me, because I totally do. It's that I care more what I think of me. I value my own opinion. Like that's my bae. That's my before all else. Like it's me. Now, this motivational pattern, it's really, really, really important that we are not approaching this from the strategy of perfectionism, from we need to change this or we need to overcome this. Because if we're doing that, if we're approaching this and we're saying, yes, we are flawed, I need to change something, I need to fix this. If you are feeling or thinking that you need to overcome this, then what you're telling your brain is the exact same thing. You're telling your brain, yeah, there's something wrong with you and you need to improve. And that there's something outside of you. Do you get it? It's like the exact same message that is already getting in your way. It's like already that wicked ways that you're like, I don't want to go down this road anymore. We don't like this. It's like bumpy. It smells bad. No, no, no. Okay. The way that I look at it to help our brain is that there is the change of escape, which we see a lot in the world, everywhere around us. You want to go better, be faster, richer, ASAP. And that's really built on being anywhere or anything than where you are right now. And what is so important when it comes to perfectionism is that we're not taking door number 1. We're doing door number 2. And that is the change of allowing. That is where you give yourself permission to be the real you and to be who you are. And that change, I know my brain at first, I was like, what do you mean? I was very, very argumentative against this. I'm like, what do you mean allow me to be this way? This is exactly what the issue is. Like, oh, gross. Those are like all things that I said. I'm my own client first and I was the worst. So that's why I have such a great success rate with my own clients. This change of allowing. Okay. And with that, we're going to get into the first tool. That is awareness. The words sound simple because I wanted to make this simple for you, but what it actually does is amazing. So, and awareness, I teach this in 3 phases. There's accept, allow, and embrace. Because what happens is when we have these tendencies that we label as perfectionistic, our brains get perfectionistic about it and we judge it. Brains love to label things. It loves a label.
They want to tattoo it in permanent ink where it can't get removed. And then what happens is that we use it against ourselves. And so instead, what we want to do is you want to be aware without beating yourself up. You want to be a gentle observer of what you're doing or not doing, what you're thinking or what you're not thinking. Perfectionism is a daily, hourly, minutely type thing.
You deserve to live a life where fear isn't controlling you and the results that you want to create. You deserve to live a life where you are not treating yourself inhumanely by aspiring to be perfect. I know what's on the other side. I've made it easy for you. I don't want you to think that like, oh God, CLG, we're going to like walk through a bunch of shit. No. Seriously, it's so worth it on the other side. And also just think about your life right now. I know that right now there are some things in your life that are pretty fucking uncomfortable for you. It's uncomfortable when you are super questioning yourself when you go into a meeting because everyone at work is so smart. Like imposter syndrome, highly uncomfortable. People pleasing, it's really uncomfortable to say yes to people all the time. To be eating food you don't even really like to eat because you want to keep your friends happy. There is absolutely no reason why you can't have everything that you want in your life, that sense of inner peace and that ability that it doesn't matter what anyone else says or does, that you have your own back. If you're nodding your head yes, listen closely because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.